So the box has finally been revealed, and it is no other than Danhausen. The fans didn't really appreciate it. We obviously reacted it. Go ahead and check on our Facebook and Instagram and TikTok to see our reactions. But what do you think now? Thinking about it, a little after the fact,
Well, here's what I'm going to say. Like, Danhausen can be a great talent. I think he's a perfect fit for WWE. I mean, you look at Mr. Iguana, kind of similar in a way, like the gimmick in a way, and Mr. Iguana has done the great merch-wise. He's done great in AAA and would be even bigger in WWE if he was featured more. My whole thing is that this lead up, weeks and weeks, to some mysterious box, it was too much. I don't think it was the right debut for Danhausen. I think Danhausen could have easily debuted on a Raw or a SmackDown, coming backstage or even under the ring, because he's a comedy act.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they put on a musical to a sold out show in Chicago.
19,000 people.
I mean, you followed this Michael Jordan entrance from CM Punk, this amazing match with Punk and Balor, just to lead up to somebody that a lot of people, unfortunately, just don't know.
Yeah, and it's no knock on Danhausen. I mean, it'll take time for him to get the recognition that he deserves, but it's not the name that these guys were hoping for. At least it wasn't an ad like a lot of people were worrying about, or a Hall of Fame introduction, but we were kind of we knew it was Danhausen, but we kind of wanted more, and that's what happens when you have that build up over weeks from Raw and SmackDown, and then on top of that, doing it at a show like Elimination Chamber.
See, me personally, like the ideal debut for Danhausen, even if it was going to be at Chamber, you should have done something more Wyatt 6-esque because of his character. You could have had for weeks, instead of a box, you could have had like different little things around his character backstage, Easter eggs. So people were like, look at that. And it's something that said like, very nice, or something else that said very cursed. Evil, or you're cursed. Like, these things could have happened that led up. That would have been a bigger pop than everyone like, oh, like, it could be him, but I hope it's not. I hope it's The Rock. I hope it's Chris Jericho. Because Danhausen is not and will never be as an established star as these people.
Yeah, I mean, he could have had an introduction kind of like how R-Truth did when he came back from injury. What was that, a couple years ago, where he just kind of popped up during the middle of a commercial.
Yeah, he was backstage on the floor. It was like an ad.
Yeah,
and he was just there.
For like Doritos or something.
Yeah, that R-Truth was back. But overall, we wish Danhausen the best in WWE.
I'm excited to see what he does.
We hope to see him on the main roster, see what happens, but I also think he could have done well in NXT.
Yeah, I agree.
Let us know what you guys think in the comments about the box reveal and it being Danhausen.